that she thought that my home is worthy for you girls to have the out of town or in the town, whatever you on the town. I'm just lucky. I'm not in La La Land, just being alive. You know, but I'll be 96 in 2 months.
86.
86.
86, forgive me.
Wow.
Shows you how excited I am.
We're going to start dissecting your
I'm like a
genes.
laboratory. I watch myself. I know I'm an older person, and I think, that's why I said 96, it's a slip. In 10 years, I will be the same. Maybe a little bit more here and there. But my point is, it's not just living long, it's living the best we can well, healthily. That means attitude and attitude. So Bobby knows, I'm not a rock star, but I think I am. I am what I think I am. So I am, you know what, I have a voice. To me, as a Holocaust survivor, I think I heard you say Holocaust survivor. I did not read the write-up that you did for me, so you're going to leave me things, so you might know already. 7 to 11, I was in a German-Romanian camp for 4 years in the Ukraine. And lucky we had gift of life because it was a holding camp. They did not get to us fast enough. The Russians liberated us, and then we were like this, a whole big story. And I put it in my first, I'm not selling books. I'm just telling you, okay. In my first book, it's about story from trauma to triumph, her life from concentration camp prisoner to Israeli Air Force and mental health professional. So we had gift of life. This story was that no other family, intact family, like mama, papa, my sister and me, came out alive. We were like this, yellow fever, it doesn't matter. We had gift of life. And then my sister, she was 5 years older, and then there was an opening. Romania would not let the Jews go out. That was Palestine yet. So my sister, as a young girl, she was able to go with a kutsa, with a group to Palestine, to Cyprus. You heard the story with all that kind of thing. And then she went into Palestine. So in 1948, Israel became a state, 1948. The Romanian opened up the doors in 1949, so we followed her. So I was in Israel from 1949 to 1958. I went high school at night. My mother was very worried because education was not a thing those days. It was working hard. I worked 2 jobs during the day, and at night I went to school, and I'm not Einstein, even to the day. We never stop in the process of evolving. I won't, neither will you. Look at that, you're part of an organization. It's like all the information that goes there. So I wanted to be everything. Okay, so I went to the Israeli Air Force for 2 years, and then all kind of things, and then everybody got married, all my girlfriends, because when you get married, you don't have to go to the armed forces. I thought they were such traitors, the country needed us. So I went to the Air Force, but I was an old maid. Everybody was married. And I dated a guy, Moishi. Maybe it was Yankel, I don't remember anymore. and the pressure was horrendous for me to get married. My heart I was not normal, I still am not, as you will see. I did not need a man. I didn't want to get married. Again, it's like issues, why bother? You know, but in the camp, all the dead people. When I looked out the window, every morning they picked up the dead bodies. And I thought to myself, I was 7 years old. They look so ugly, dead people. Maybe tomorrow I will be a corpse, but I want to pose just before I die. I want to die pretty. I still want to. Okay. You'll hear later with my casket and all kind of things, Jennifer. So again, why bother? I didn't think I want to get married. I don't need a man. I don't need nothing. But again, so I said, I'm going, before I settle with Moishe or Yanko, let me go and travel. My sister, meantime, was living in Los Angeles. Opportunity, her husband with her 3 kids and whatever. So it was unheard of. An old maid of 24, traveling all by herself, you know, whatever, and then coming to visit. I was very strong. I felt that all Jews. Anybody not Jewish here? Because the whole world is not Jewish. I know, Jennifer, the whole world is not Jewish. But again, just felt very strong that all Jews should be living in Israel because the country needs us. I know better now. We need to be scattered all over the world, just the way we are, okay? So when I came and I looked at the opportunity, I always wanted to become a healer. I remember this woman in this small little room with 20 people. She got lost from her family. My mother held on to me dear life. And her contorted face never left me. I wanted to heal that woman because I wanted to touch her. And my mother held me close to her all her life. She would not let me go so I don't get lost. So I always, but in Israel you couldn't. The only medical school was in Jerusalem. There's no way I lived in Tel Aviv. And so, anyway, so when I came here, I saw the opportunities. I decided I was open, and that my husband, that I was married to him 53 years, he was a Jewish boy from Independence, Missouri. That was destiny. When I came, somebody introduced, it was a blind date. And that was it. I mean, crazy man. I don't know, there is free will, but there's destiny too. So I decided to stay, and I had nightmares. I felt so guilty that I did not go back to Israel. That again, I was married with 2 kids, whatever. I still was not a citizen of the United States. I had it, whatever, because I felt so guilty. But again, you know, I did. And then I went, so when I had 2 kids, a husband, I decided this is the time for me to become a healer. So I went back to school, and 8 years later, I had my Ph.D. in psychology. I mean, nobody wanted me to. Are you kidding me? Poor Jerry, here she goes to school like I go and fool around. But again, that was the mentality, because it's like the pressure to be like everybody else. I never felt I belonged. I'm still kind of weird. I have a daughter and a son and 5 grandkids, but I feel all alone. I know I'm not, but this feeling that nobody gets me, even my husband, he was a funny man, he was a good man, we had a good union, all that, but he didn't get me. He was very proud of me, but I just, you know what, I needed to be my voice. I couldn't speak because my mother didn't want me to give away because the Germans were there, they could have shot me. And now I have a voice. So when I'm an author, an international bestseller, it's crazy, man. Aging with Gusto, this is a research all over the world. A practical guide helps you living to 123. Why 123? You know, okay, I am going to.
I'm invited to your 100th birthday, remember?
Huh?
I'm invited to your 100th birthday.
It's a big party. You'll see I have a home theater, and we're going to have a big party 100. Why 123? Because there was a woman, Jane Bonnet in France. She lived at 122 in 64 days. If she lived at 122, 64 days, I want to live till 123, so I could be in the book of Guinness. Okay, and guess what? Tomorrow I could be a corpse. To me, meaning to life is death. Every day, I'm just lucky to be alive. So attitude is a big deal, and it's not just, it's not the gate. It's not just living, it is living with passion, whatever. And you know, who do I think I am? How come I'm alive? Again, a friend from I don't know if the luck of the draw is the luck. We cannot control whether we're born, we cannot control when we die, crazy, young, and old. So the appreciation of being in the moment. Look at you here. Hey, nice, cool place. I have no food, forgive me. I don't have food. Okay, so yeah, so so I lecture, you know what, I'm an international bestseller. In 2 weeks I'll be in Ireland, in Dublin. And while I'm there lecturing, there's a Fearless Women Caucus or something. Wherever I am, I like to go to a temple. Sure, I'm so Jewish. I don't know what it means. I don't know about God, but tradition. If there would be from space somebody coming out and saying, hey, one word, who are you? I would say Jewish. I've been branded, but again, I don't know, so I go to temples. I will be in a temple Friday night services in Dublin, and then on Sunday, I'm going to be a speaker in the whole Jewish community in Dublin. I will rock. Whatever. And then, you know, in November, I'm going to be in Ontario, Canada. And because I did not know, and because it's Holocaust, Memory Week, I did not know that. So they already have old speakers in Ontario. They don't need me as a speaker, but they begged, please, to my publicists, how about churches? So I'm connected with about 3 churches. I'm going to talk in front of churches. I used to be scared of Christian, not of you, of course, but then I figured out Jesus was my cousin. So again, I think enough about me. Yeah, in this house,
So tell them how you came to have Jennifer do this.
okay,
So
Jennifer.
we can start.
It's like, who's this couple of women that had fun and they went into the water? Selma and Louise?
Oh, Thelma and
Oh,
Louise,
Thelma.
yes.
Okay, okay. My darling daughter Diana had Jennifer. Jennifer, I don't think she knows how good she is. She's absolutely
don't.
amazing, and you'll see. Because people say, why don't you put your house in a magazine? I say, I'm not motivated. Let her. She should have her name everywhere. But again, that's her thing. So Diana, in her kitchen, she put in those the bakers. They're the famous.
Yeah, the famous, they were, they're bakers and they're the black and white.
Yes.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
So I actually did them in her kitchen and added the kids' faces and her and Greg incorporating in there. Yes.
Okay, you'll see how creative she is, by the way. Oh my gosh, wait till you see the monkeys on my ceilings. Okay, now, so Diana said, Mother, put yourself on the list. She's 2 years.
I remember what her first reaction was.
2 years, you have to, I said, I don't want those people, whatever. Mother,
I want with
put,
vines.
put your name on the list, okay? So 2 years later, here comes this young lady. She comes with her thing, with all kind of flowers, with scenery, whatever. So I said, Jennifer, I like flowers outside my backyard. By the way, all the flowers are from my yard. I am the son my father never had. I like rocks, I like boulders, I like whatever. She says, okay. And it started this I don't know, love affair is kind of too romantic. But again, so we started, and Jennifer will attest to that. You've never done what you have done in my house, even to my last project. You've never done any worse. But the good thing is you were open. I know what I want. My father was an artist. He was a poet. He was a bad boy too. But again, I know what I want, but I delegate. And you heard me. You know, red, blue wall and red wall. And by the way, the curtains, she sold them. Everything.
Yeah.
We bought the
Did.
pennies. Because so that's how it started.
We just bought panels and created our own.
Everything. So again, this is how Jennifer made. I think because again she had other customers, I would have hoped. So she had the key. She had the key to my house. And over the years, you come, she goes, and back and forth, whatever. So we still have the last thing. She's doing my. Please don't freak on me. I'm weird, okay? I
Yes.
bought my casket.
Great.
My casket's a beautiful piece of furniture. When my husband Jerry, when he died, when I saw this casket, and I said, you know what, you buy them, the beautiful piece of wood furniture, and then you don't see them. So I wanted to buy a piece of furniture casket to have it at home so I can enjoy the piece of wood, right? So I said, I would like this one. Could you please ship it to me? And she looked at me at the cyanide, whatever she wanted. Are you, no, she didn't say, are you crazy? She said, no, we are not doing it. But Costco in Palm Springs, they have a display of caskets you can go there, okay? So I didn't buy it there. And over there, Diana, my daughter, she wouldn't go with me. Are you crazy to buy a casket? Who buys a casket? Nobody's going to come to your home. And I would not let go. And then when I called my publicist, Jerry Nyland, she's really my shadow. She travels with me and she takes over. So she says, I'll go with you. So I called Costco. They closed the place in Palm Springs. No more. Nobody wanted to go and buy a casket, right? So here I found, I'm not sure how, there is a Orthodox, it's a kosher, it's a Jewish casket maker in downtown. And if anybody wants, I have the address, okay? So I went with her. This is a big place with beautiful pieces of furniture, whatever, caskets, all kind of things. So they custom made it for me, and you'll see it. Custom made it for me, 5 foot. I lie, it's only 4 point something. 5 foot, and I brought it here. And to me, I have all those young kids that follow me from the community and my daughter's friends and my grandkids' friends and all that. Because we don't pick. Death is inevitable. To me, again, it's not something. It is a reminder how we need to be in the moment to celebrate. So when Jennifer will be finished having me put there an angel on top of the casket like this with my eyes open to heaven, I will have a party, like a rehearsal, to celebrate to celebrate life. To me, it's not yuck. I want to hear all the good testimony they're going to tell me when I'm here, not when I'm dead. So is that unusual? Of course. I like attention. Look at me. I'm not this little Jewish dirty little girl that should die. I am, look at me. I'm different. And you know what? I'm fearless. It's all about me. Really not. I never brag, but I share. So I.
So let Jennifer tell.
We need.
Okay,
Yeah.
because again, my life, everything is in order. My will, my cat, everything. I even have the spot next to whatever. I have a picture that I looked at the spot waiting for me, my sister, my brother-in-law, my husband. So now I can live with gusto. And my new mantra, when you look me up on the website, okay, you can take it or not when you leave. Those are my 3 books. My website, the new thing is living in the moment with guts, grit, and gusto. Guts, life takes courage. Grit is perseverance. If you want something, you know what, you have time. But the biggest thing is gusto. Being grateful that we're here. And it's not, we don't have to, and what it takes to live all in well, the best we can, is what you're doing, girls. You are involved, part of the community. You wiggle when you can. You eat right because you all look good. So it's like life is an amazing journey. I'm just lucky to be here among you.
Thank you.
Jennifer.